Let's take a call from Scott in Arizona.
Yeah, Alex?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I got a comment that something I heard on mainstream media yesterday, and I don't think anybody's really heard about this yet. There is a deal with a new documentary that the new mainstream says, if you haven't heard about this yet, you will. And it's basically saying there are 600 British children that are sent by their parents and 600 American kids off to go to school with Al Qaeda type of people, over there and train under their rule. And
no, sir. That's the blonde-haired, blue-eyed Al Qaeda. It's a huge CIA op. So none of us trust each other. They're saying there's 5,000 Al Qaeda. Children are Al Qaeda. Arrest everyone. Trust no one. Total crap. First they train you, hey, hate the foreigners, the brown-skinned people, take their rights. Then they flip it overnight and say, you are Al Qaeda. And what did you see this latest promo on? Fox or ABC or CNN?
This was on this was on the Glenn Beck show, but it was a guy that was subbing in, and he said this is what he said afterward. He said, now what's going on is that these kids at first didn't get brainwashed. It took 3 years to get brainwashed, and now that they're coming back here and saying 911 was an inside job, and they're coming in and they're basically infiltrating our politicians and stuff and confronting them. So it's basically
hold on. I didn't hear that. Well, Glenn Beck's a total operative. He'll say, I fight the New World Order. Hold on. Well, I've been telling you, sir, that's the talking point from all these guys on TV is 9/11 truth is Al Qaeda. We're staging attacks. We blew up the Army recruiting naval thing with that in Times Square with a firecracker. We need to go to camps. And then, so you're saying they're now merging the two of the White Al Qaeda and saying it's 9/11 truth.
That's exactly what they're saying. It was a guy that was filling in for Glenn Beck yesterday.
Good God.
And he said that this new operative thing that's coming out, and we will hear about it, it's just starting to hit, is that this film is basically saying that these kids went over there to that country, trained under Al Qaeda, and now are coming back here and saying 911 was an inside job, and they're
so that way his idiot audience that hears this, then when they hear somebody confronting McCain, that shows how scared they are, and McCain starts basically breaking down. Then they can say we're Al Qaeda. Stay there. I want to get to you later. I got to say bye to my guest. I mean, this is the kind of crap they feed people. And yes, they are saying it. There are 5,000 blonde-haired, blue-eyed Al Qaeda. They are everywhere. They are sleepers. Trust no one. I mean, come on, cops listening. What is the latest thing you're going to believe? I mean, is there no end to it? And you said you were listening to Glenn Beck, Scott, and you heard this?
Yeah, it was Glenn Beck's fill-in guy. That was yesterday that I heard this.
What was this little... Oh, he was taking callers?
He take callers on it afterwards.
Did you hear that part?
No, I didn't. I had to go at that point. But I did hear everything. He started out by saying, we didn't know where he was going with it at first. He goes, there's a new film that's out. It's a documentary film. It's about 600 British kids that their parents sent them over to these jihadist camps to train under them. I mean, to learn their way of life. And then he said, and 600 American kids. And then he went on to say, at that point...
And let me guess, Adam Gadon, the son of the head of the ADL, I'm sure he's involved. This is ridiculous. Okay, what else?
Okay, so basically he said the first year, and he broke it down just like this. The first year, they went back and checked on the kids, and the kids, weren't brainwashed. They wanted to come back home. They weren't happy with it. The second year, they were fitting in a little bit better. By the third year, he said they were completely brainwashed, and this is exactly how he told us. And then he said at that point, they were then, after they were brainwashed, their parents then brought them back to the U.S. shortly thereafter, and then they started basically saying that the government staged 911, and 911 was an inside job, and basically trying to cause chaos in the political form against our American government here.
And so protesting, asking people about PNAC, asking them about lying about WMDs, you're now all secretly Al Qaeda. That's why Truth Rising, and I know they've been saying similar things, I hadn't heard that, is so vital so they see who we really are, and so they see Gary Hart admitting they staged terror attacks, so they see the cops saying we're going to say you're terrorist, we're going to plant bombs on you. The public has got to see Truth Rising. It's in the top 10 of Google video. Get it out to everybody right now. Buy the DVD. Make thousands of copies like your life depends on it. Every one of you listeners, we're in a life and death fight against the terrorist. Did they say the name of the ridiculous CIA film?
Yes, they did. And Alex, I'm sorry, I can't remember it. But if anybody wants, if Glenn Beck has his prior podcast on there,
somebody go on the message board. Hold on, go on the Prison Planet message board and post it in there. People find it by the end of the show if you can. Make a top thread on prisonplanet.com forum. Find it. We'll cover it Sunday on the show, and we'll have articles on Prison Planet and InfoWars today. This is huge, Scott. This is unbelievable if what you're saying is true and accurate. I know they're saying similar things, but I hadn't heard them put it all together.
Yeah, I swear to you on it, that's exactly what he said yesterday. And right now I'm at work, Alex, so I'm not able to post it right now, but when I get back to my home, I can do that.
All right, thank you so much. And did he say then what Glenn Beck has said on TV? Use the Army against 9/11 truthers because they're aiding Al Qaeda.
I remember seeing that a while back ago. That Glenn Beck. But
the guy didn't add that talking point. Okay, or at least what you heard. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to come back and play why they're saying we are trained by Al Qaeda. Oh my God. Of course, then they tell you Al Qaeda is taking credit for the attacks, but then Al Qaeda is also saying they didn't do the attacks. And I mean, are you going to believe that, folks? That I've been secretly trained by Al Qaeda? I mean, come on.
We're on the march. Man. The empire's on the run.
No end to this stuff anymore.
Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
I'm going to keep going. I'm not stopping. Oh my God. Hey, John.
Yes, sir.
Come on air with me right now. John, you remember being trained with me at the terror camp when you were 1 and I was 10?
Oh, yeah, that was fun. It was a good old time.
Remember when Bin Laden would change our diapers?
Oh, yeah.
Man, how dumb do they think we are, John?
I don't know.
Well, I guess they're commanding real Al Qaeda forces against Iran, our government is, and then saying Iran's Al Qaeda when they're Shiites. So I guess there's nothing the public won't buy. They'll probably tell them we're blood-drinking vampire aliens from Pluto.
If you're out there listening to Glenn Beck, then obviously, yeah, you got some problems.
Well, he mixes in New World Order and stuff, but then, I mean, I'll hear him. He'll do that to fool people, and then he'll flip it. God, he's a dangerous little pud.
Oh, yeah.
God, he is dangerous.
He is evil.
The good news is we're hurting these bastards bad, man. I mean, have you seen all the stuff coming out, how they isolated who's the thermate weapons experts? There's only a few dozen. It happens to be the whole people working at Building 7 and then with NIST covering it up. And I mean, we're just finding out more and more. And then we've got... Have you seen this video where they had all these guys out in ball caps saying the same script on different news channels as if they were just citizens going, oh, yeah, I saw the plane fly in with a big fireball and the building collapsed mostly from structural damage from the intensity of the fires. And then I mean, we've got the guilty right there. Meanwhile, they're telling the public, you're going to see blonde-haired, blue-eyed people saying the government did it. They're really with Al Qaeda. I mean, this is the most ridiculous crap I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, it's got to be one way or the other.
God, it's hellish. It's hellish. I mean, it's... But to really know they did it, I mean, to really know, and to then find out who did it, find out who their names are. Not just the higher-ups that ordered it, but, I mean, to know the bombers were. Be discovering this. And then our movement's filled with all this infighting and all this other crud that doesn't even matter, while it's all ending. It's all coming to an end. We're here at the end with psycho killers running everything, preparing to arrest all the blonde-haired blue-eyes as Al-Qaeda. They'll probably have Arabs doing it. I swear that's about half of what the Secret Service is now on the airport screeners. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, and illegal alien felons running everything. They're already hiring all them. Jesus. Oh. We're in so much trouble, buddy. Yeah, they trained you. They told you. Don't worry, we're just taking the rights away of those brown people. They're Al Qaeda. And now, different organizations gave presentations to Congress and said 9/11 truth is Al Qaeda. And now they're saying we should be arrested, that we work for Al Qaeda. And they're saying it in unison. That's because they did it, folks, and they know we know, and they don't like that. And they know that you know.